Kojima is cooking, guys. Kojima is cooking. He just keeps on cooking, cooking with new games, new projects. He just released Death Stranding 2 about a month ago or so, and here we are, already getting some little teeny weeny itsy bitsy peeks at his two upcoming projects, starting with Overdose and Knock, which is presumably a horror game of some kind. Hey, I'm just happy we at least got to see something this time. We saw, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this teaser already. It's very short, it's very minute, but yeah, creepy door, creepy card slips out of the door. Chick lights bunch of candles in a cold, dark room. It's raining outside. She lights a bunch of candles. Some of the candles look like babies, and when she lights them, we hear babies. Creepy, definitely creepy. Like there's a bunch of worms spilling out of a fucking jar in the corner there, and it looks pretty creepy. I can't tell if it's actual gameplay of some kind. I mean, it's first person, so it definitely gives me some echoes of PT. I mean, I feel like we're never going to stop bringing that damn teaser up that got canceled by Konami, but you can't help but bring it up because, yeah, this was the start of this teaser was mostly in first person as she lights these candles. This mysterious woman here who we see her face at the end of the teaser. She gets all these weird tattoos that start spreading across her face for some reason. It's kind of weird, but creepy horror shit. And then there's something sneaking up behind her after knocking on the door several times. As she's lighting the candles, suddenly something appears behind her, and we cut to the title, and it's creepy. It's creepy. She screams in terror because something grabs her. Definitely gives me horror vibes. Again, at least we got something this time. There was a lot of like creepy, weird text as well that was like, what was it? Like censored in parts, like scrubbed out, like you couldn't see all of the text. So like there's some interesting stuff going on there that might be hinting at some kind of narrative details, but I don't know. So still a very like strange teaser that doesn't give us much of an idea. Like this still doesn't come off as a video game, but at the very least the tone is very creepy and we actually see stuff this time. There's some artistic intent in this teaser, unlike the first OD teaser, which was just a bunch of actors emoting on a screen and saying weird shit. This time we actually got something, so I'm at least grateful for that. It's also kind of strange, like it's called Overdose and Knock, this teaser. Now I don't know if that's the teaser itself, or it's just going to be one version of this game that's called that. Like Kojima was kind of going all over the place talking about like, without spilling the beans on the game, on the full project, talking about how like there's a version of his game that's called Knock that's about the fear of a mysterious knock at the door and how that scares him and spooks him. So his version of OD is called Knock, but then Jordan Peele is going to be doing something else, or whatever other talents he has working on this project. So it makes me wonder, like, okay, is it going to be broken up into different versions? Is it different chapters? Who knows? We still don't know anything concrete about Overdose, other than it's Kojima making a horror game, and, well, that's still cool. And even if it's not entirely Kojima, because he's working with people like Jordan Peele, well, at least the other names that we know so far sound pretty fucking cool as well. So yeah, Kojima working with other horror legends. I'm interested. I also can't wait to hear what those other people are that are working on it and what this is going to be. It's also still not entirely clear if this is coming only to Xbox, if it's going to be an Xbox exclusive to start and maybe go to PS5 later, or if it'll... I mean, with the way Microsoft is going these days with releases, it feels like almost nothing is exclusive to Xbox anymore. Even if something starts exclusive there, it never seems to stay there. So we'll see. But, hopefully I don't have to buy an Xbox to play this. That would stink. But in this day and age, I don't think that's going to happen. Where Xbox is at right now, I don't see that happening. Anyway, that was Overdose. That's as much as I know about Overdose so far. We still don't know if it's what kind of horror game it's going to be. Like, will it be a traditional horror game where you solve puzzles and whack monsters with stuff or conserve ammo, or is it going to be something more PT-esque? Like, is it going to be first person? Is it going to be something like the recent Resident Evil 7 and 8? I don't know. I don't know what we're dealing with here, but I'm definitely intrigued. This at least gives me something to think about, even if it's not a whole lot. And then he also talked about his, Metal Gear Solid spiritual successor, which will basically be Metal Gear Solid in everything but name, Fizzant. Strange title, but then again, so was Metal Gear Solid when it first came around. I mean, that's not a conventional title for a game either when you think about it. I don't know what Fizzant means, but I do know that this is Kojima, as he's already said in the past, before showing us this really cool, sexy, stylish poster here. That Fizzant is going to be a return to tactical stealth espionage. So we know this is going to be a return to a Metal Gear style game. It may not be called Metal Gear, he may not own the license anymore, but this is very much Kojima just going back to his roots, going back to what he's always done best. And, after Death Stranding 1 and 2 and the soon-to-come-out Overdose, by the time we do get this game, because I know it's very early in development, it's still in the conceptual phase, by the time we do get this, yeah, I would not be surprised if this was just a full-on return to a Metal Gear style game. I'm even kind of hoping that maybe it'll be like a more linear experience, something more structured, more linear, more scripted, less open world. Not that I didn't enjoy the hell out of Death Stranding 1 and 2 and even Phantom Pain to some degree. I do think Kojima Productions has a good handle on open world at this point. Death Stranding 2 was a fantastic open world game, honestly, but I do miss Kojima doing something a bit more, linear, scripted, tightly scripted, whatever. I do hope, I'm not saying I want this to be like a game from the early 2000s in terms of linearity. I'm just saying it can have open-ended elements, it can have big open areas, but I just hope it's not a full-on open world game. Because I am missing Kojima's more linear experiences. So, in addition to this going back to the roots of like a Metal Gear style game, I do hope it also goes back to something a bit more scripted. We also, of course, don't know if Overdose is going to be, I doubt Overdose is going to be an open world, given what we see of that, but that might not even be a conventional game, for all we know. No Kojima game ever is, really, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what kind of game Overdose is going to be, but I definitely think, regardless of how open-ended or linear Fizzant ends up being, it's going to be a tactical stealth game in the proper classic Kojima tradition. This guy on the poster already looks very Snake-like. He's got a really cool suit. He's got a gun on there. I love the tagline here. Here comes the feeling. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's so Kojima. That is such a Kojima fucking thing to say. That's such a Kojima tagline. Here comes the feeling. What does that mean? What is the feeling? I need to know what the feeling is, Kojima. Fortunately, we probably won't know for a long time, because there are a lot of rumors that this might not come out till like PlayStation 6. Given how long a big AAA Kojima game can take. And he himself has said this is in the conceptual phase. He's just plotting out like artwork and ideas. So they're still conceptualizing this. Obviously, at the big event that Kojima held, where all this was announced recently, the Kojima Productions panel, he did say that he already has a lot of actors that are going to be in the game, celebrities. I don't know any of them off the top of my head because I don't. But we've seen a lot of tweets lately of Kojima hanging out with Robert Pattinson. So a lot of people are speculating that this is actually Robert Pattinson, that the lead role of the game is going to be Robert Pattinson. And that, to me, is actually pretty badass. Batman himself, the newest Batman, might actually be our legally distinct Solid Snake, or whoever this guy's going to be called. I'm sure he won't be called Snake, but he'll be some cool new stealth operative guy, and he already looks awesome. I mean, this drawing looks like classic Yoji Shinkawa art. You know, Kojima's right-hand man, the main artist behind the entire Metal Gear series, as well as the Death Stranding games and so on. I love this poster art, man. I highly doubt this is going to be the final cover art when the game finally comes out, but god damn it, I wish it was, because that is really cool art. That is just classic Kojima game artwork. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. There was also some other news at the panel that was a little non-game related. We have a Death Stranding anime that's apparently in the works. We have a Death Stranding movie being done by A24 Studio, and the director of the third Quiet Place movie is going to be working on it. So it's like, damn, that's almost guaranteed to be a really good Death Stranding movie. I didn't necessarily feel like we needed a Death Stranding movie, but when I hear a studio and a director like that is involved, I'm like, okay, you know what? Cool. Cool. I'm down. I'm down with that. Yeah. So, lots of exciting things happening in the future of Kojima Productions and Kojima games. Like, hype as fuck, man. It's so hype. I just got done beating and playing Death Stranding 2, a couple weeks back, and here we are, already getting sneak peeks at all this stuff. I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. Also, apparently, Kojima Productions, to celebrate its anniversary, is making sake now. So that's interesting. I'm not really a sake guy, but they have their own bottle of sake that's out on the market now. So, you know, hey, I'm down. I'm down with that. You keep giving us awesome games like this. You can go ahead and make alcohol too. That's fine. I'm more of a Japanese beer guy. I'm not really into sake. You know, I've tried it once. It's very wine tasting. I'm not really a wine guy. But anyway, I digress. At the end of the day, I just want to know what do you guys think? Leave in the comments. Are you excited for the future of Kojima? Do you think Fizzant will be, worthy of like a Metal Gear Solid 6? Are you excited that Kojima's going back to a tactical stealth espionage style game? And what about Overdose? Are you excited for a Kojima horror game? Do you think what you've seen in this little teaser, even though it wasn't much, do you think it looks cool? Let me know, guys, in the comments. And until next time, you get to burning and live for the passion. Ooh.